What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we got a bunch of new information for an update next week coming to Dragon Champions. We're getting a whole new game mode called Tournaments. We're also getting some kind of Halloween event that is going to also be giving us shards for a new character called Cruelle Savitar. That name may sound a little familiar if you've been paying attention to the campaign as you're playing it. You're gonna notice the name Conrad Savitar pop up quite often. I asked the devs if Cruelle Savitar is related to Conrad in some way, and all I got was a winky face back, so I have a feeling that this is some kind of family member related to Conrad, the big mysterious bad person that at least I haven't met yet in the campaign. So she's probably related to the big mysterious bad guy that we'll probably fight somewhere down the road. But Tournaments, that is a big game mode coming here very soon, and it got posted today in just this big long post here on the Discord server, and maybe one day they'll have forum posts, but we're pretty much going to read through this big post from the developers. Emerald Dragon posted all the update notes. So there are several different things happening here soon. There is a Dragon Champions. They're celebrating their first seasonal event, the Pumpkin Hallow Days. That's going to be the event where we get Cruelle, which you see here in the new and down number 4. Her hero stones you can obtain through Pumpkin Hallow Days, Tournament, and also Mission 3-6 in Invasion of the Demons. So she'll be obtained a few different ways. Tournaments are coming here. Every day you will fight with other players for 2 to 3 days, and tournaments receive generous rewards, including skill scrolls, character shards, other things. There was a news panel in the game that they removed because apparently no one was using it. I didn't even know this existed, so I saw that and I was like, oh well, I didn't even know there was a news panel. There may be something here. I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's somewhere up here in the options. I don't really know where this news panel was anyways, so I'm not sure what exactly I was missing. But back to this, we will be changing some drops to the hero stones and different missions for Invasions of the Demons because Cruelle's coming in there. The 25th guild member will now receive rewards from the raids and the guild quests. Apparently, they only had rewards for the top 24, so the 25th player never got anything, kind of screwed that player over. Sorry about that. Now players can send messages in chat from level 7 or above, so you'll be a little later than your levels dropping messages in chat. It's supposed to help cut down on spam. I don't think that's going to happen, but we'll see. And then here's a big thing. When you summon a new character, each time you'll see a special offer for the upgrade. All restrictions have been removed. Basically, what was going on is if you summoned multiple characters at once before returning to the home screen, you would only get a pack for the first hero you summoned. You would never get the packs for the other characters. And those packs always gave you some really nice stuff, like gear, ability scrolls, enough hero stones to take that character to the next level, which was a big deal, especially at lower levels because those are really cheap. You're talking like 80 shards for $3 or $4. That was pretty cheap then. And if someone just summoned all those characters at once, unfortunately, you would not be able to get all those packs. So this is a big thing they're changing. They're going to figure out how they can return some of these offers for ones that we've missed here and later on. And then enemies on floors 9 through 12 in the tower are weakened just a little bit. Some of them were getting pretty crazy. Medatho, my guild leader, he's been finding one of the dev accounts for almost a week now in tower and just been getting his butt kicked. Event chests will now cost 400 Jack coins instead of 500. So that one where we had the chest for the human and orc shards, that was 500. Not really a good deal. Now dropped to 400. Still not sure if that's a good deal, but we'll see. And then another big deal right here. For all players, we restore the double first purchase bonus of Drac coins and added confirmation windows so that you do not miss a better deal. This is what happened if you would go and buy those Drac coins. I'll pull it up here. If you go and buy those Drac coins and you go down here, you can see like you have like these, the bonuses and everything. There was something here where you get double for that first purchase, but it never specified that you would only get that once. So I had one member who bought the $20 chest the first time, not realizing, and completely missed out on the cart, which would given him 1,400 or 14,000 more Drac coins. Was infinitely a better deal for that first time purchase. Wasn't really stated well by the window. Never any kind of confirmation or heads up saying, hey, if you purchase this, you'll lose all those first deals. So everybody in the game is getting that first deal again. So if you're a whale, I recommend you spend on the cart this time instead of going for a crate or chest or one of the other packs. So those are the big updates coming. They've also fixed some bugs. They're fixing a bug with the viewing ads. A lot of people have been having this problem. Viewing ads is not giving the energy regeneration properly. Stacks of regeneration effects are restoring double the amount of health than what they were supposed to. That was something I noticed. A lot of people also noticed this and brought it up. They're fixing that. Wonder Lula was apparently doing double her damage with her second ability. Fixed a bug where some players weren't able to complete the tutorial. And a bunch of minor bug fixes and improvements. Okay, so overall, pretty good so far. Now, here's something interesting. Here's something I don't see very often. Some characters are getting nerfed, and one of them is a character we don't even have in the game yet. Revel, or Revol, or I'm just gonna call him Revel. Bloodlust, his passive ability. He was dealing 25% more damage for each stack of bleeding on enemies, though if I actually remember this correctly, I believe his fully upgraded ability is 30%. No, it is 25%. Okay, so they're nerfing that down to 20%. I was working on this video anyways. Revel deals a ton of damage. He is incredibly powerful when you start getting bleed on the enemy team. So it's not surprising to see him getting nerfed here. He's still going to be great, but they're trying to bring him in line with some of the other characters. And Soleus's healing ability has been nerfed as well. Heals all allies for 550%, was 600% of his magic damage. Soleus was one of those guys. He's going to be a legendary character, but he looked incredibly powerful as a healer. So they are nerfing him. They're trying to bring him more in line. They're doing some testing. So talking to the devs about this, they did say that they were constantly monitoring the heroes, how teams are doing, who's performing well, who's not performing well, and they're going to make adjustments based on that. They have some way of viewing that, and they can look at that data and figure out what they need to adjust. So for future, I would probably say that you should expect some more nerfs if characters start getting too strong. That's just something to keep in mind. You don't see a lot of nerfs these days, at least in Galaxy Heroes. We didn't really get nerfs. We got buffs that rendered certain characters useless, like Malik, but there was never a lot of direct nerfs since like the old Barris days. So nerfs are not something I'm used to seeing in a mobile game very often. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. Yeah, I've seen Soleus already get nerfed before his event even goes live. That one was kind of surprising, but I'm not too shocked to see that because he did seem like a super powerful character. Now, on to the new hero, Cruelle Savitar. Talking to the devs, she is going to be a human mage, so keep that in mind. It doesn't say here what her tags are supposed to be, but she's going to be a human mage, so keep that in mind. Healing Darkness is her first ability. Deal 255% of magic damage to an enemy. If that enemy is a demon, heals herself and summon reflections for 70% of the damage dealt. We'll talk about the summon reflections here in a moment. I Am the Knight is her second ability. Deals 330% magic damage to an enemy. If the enemy is a defender, he gains invisibility for 2 turns, calls to assist a reflection if he's alive. So this has been something that's been popping up in Arena lately. A lot of people complain about these timeout teams where you have these 2 tanks, 3 healers. This is going to be, I think this is going to be very helpful for that, because this basically will ignore the taunt on a tank. If that tank goes into invisibility, I guess invisibility overrides the taunt from that enemy defender. We'll see if that works properly. But if that is how this is going to work, then those 2 tank teams are going to be quite a bit easier to manage. You still then have the 1 tank, but you can ability block it. There's a couple of dispels in the game. There's ways of getting around that taunt. So it's going to be much easier, hopefully, with her here, with his ability to put invisibility on that 1 defender. So in case another tank has just used his taunt and is expired, throw invisibility on that other one before it can taunt, and then just go straight for the healers. Probably going to be your best bet. Now, her passive ability, this is quite a paragraph here. At the end of Cruelle's turn, if there are 3 defenders on the battlefield, all allied defenders gain a tenacity increase for 1 turn. For 3 healers, all allied healers gain cheat death. For 3 tacticians, all allied tacticians gain haste. If there are 3 warriors, all allied warriors gain counterattack. If there are 3 rangers, all allied rangers get an accuracy increase. And if there are 3 mages, all allied mages gain invisibility for 1 turn. So that is her kit, and that oh, that's so much in one sentence. That's literally like, no, that's several sentences, but still, that's a lot. That's a lot of buffs flying around. Okay, so she's a mage, so that's 1 mage already. The one character I really want to try her out with is, of course, going to be Soleus once we unlock him. Where is Soleus? There's Soleus. Soleus is a healer, so he's not a mage, But Friezard is a mage as well, so Friezard and Cruelle together on a team, that's 2 mages. There's bound to be an enemy mage on the other team. So that is something you can use. So that's like 3 mages, everyone will gain invisibility. It's probably going to be at least 2 healers on the field at some point. A lot of healers usually, so all healers gain cheat death for 1 turn. Keep in mind, these buffs keep refreshing at the end of her turn, so they will constantly come back. This is going to be a very, very interesting one. I really want to see this in practice. I think it could be really cool. Tacticians gain haste. Let's see, Snorri is a tactician, I believe. Yeah, let's just go crazy here. Let's just start pulling up tags. Let's see, who are our tacticians? Hard Orc, Snorri, Venomate, Hera, Vorin, and then a couple characters we can't get. Yeah, I mean, Hard Orc and Snorri I could see on a team together. Not sure I could throw Cruelle in as well, but I only need 3 tacticians on the field in order to get these buffs. So this is gonna be interesting. I really am interested in this ability. I really want to see it in practice. I have a feeling that Cruelle and her ability here is gonna be really, really cool. So excited for that. That should be out next week for Halloween, and we will probably do some testing on her when they unleash her into the game. Now, FAQ for the tournaments. This is where I've brought up some concerns to the devs, and we'll just go ahead and talk about it here. Oh yeah, here's some concept art for Cruelle Savitar, in case you want it. Probably throw that in as the thumbnail. Tournaments will be active all the time. Number of attempts equals 5. You can get 5 attempts. 1 ticket of the tournament is restored every 30 minutes. Additional tickets can be purchased. Purchase price does not change. 100 Jack coins for 5 tickets. Tournament duration is for 2 or 3 days for now. I already brought this up with the devs. I know you guys are probably already pulling out your pitchforks, starting to riot. I talked to them about this. They do not intend for this ability to purchase tickets to stick around as it is. They're intending to put a limit on them. I brought this up right away. This is like the first thing I talked to with one of the devs. Shout out to John the Guru, the dev I was talking to about this. They did not have time to implement that limit for this first tournament. They're trying to implement it next week. So fingers crossed on that. This is one of the problems of having a small dev team of like 10 members, is that you have to hit a deadline with updates in order to get them approved by Google and Apple in time to get them out. And I basically told them, I was like, I'd much rather you guys kind of push things back, make it good, instead of throwing out something that's half baked like this. Like, at least they're working on the limit. I'm not really sure how much I'm going to invest in this first tournament if I have to if we're going to be basically turning to pay to win, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a pay to win event. So I think for this first tournament, probably use it as like a practice thing, an exhibition event, just to kind of get a feel for tournaments, because you're going to have people who will drop endless money on the tournaments. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But the devs are aware of the problem with purchasing tickets. They're going to put a hard limit on it in the future, probably going to be a week or 2 away before that happens. So keep that in mind. Don't start hating on the devs. They're aware of it. They're trying to work on it, and they just couldn't get out in time with the update. Only live players will participate in the tournaments, which means no bots. We won't have to deal with stupid bots. Players will get points for victories in battle and lose it on defeat. No battle timers at all. So if you have those timeout teams, you actually have time to win against those timeout teams now. So that'll be nice. At the end of a tournament, players will receive a reward depending on their place in the rankings. To participate, players need to build a team that meets the requirements and then go through a qualifying battle with the team mirror. Qualification ends 1 day before the end of a tournament. After that, you won't be able to join it. So you're going to have to build your teams ahead of time, go into a match against a mirror team, and win in order to have that team used within the tournament. That sounds interesting. I really want to see that in play, because man, that sounds like a lot of work for a tournament too. I've got some hesitations here, some things I'm kind of on, but I do want to see it in action before I give my final opinion. All tournaments are divided into several tier groups. Players with at level 30 won't fight against level 80 players. It's in 5 different level tiers for now. That's good to know. And in some tournaments, you will get hero stones of heroes that are currently can't be obtained. First one is in the next 2 weeks. So they already mentioned up above that Cruelle will be getting her hero stones to the tournament, so we'll know that she will be at least in the tournament. I wonder who else will be in there. Tournaments, they seem interesting. I really want to see them in practice, though that pay-to-win stuff, not a big fan of that. We'll see if they can get that update here soon with that and make a hard limit on the purchasing of those tickets. Let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about this update with the new character, what we've got going on in the future? Let me know down below. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. I will talk to you guys later.